Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a little knife review and unboxing here. Uh, I have been carrying this brand of knife for going on 10 years, and I really have no intention of switching brands anytime soon. Uh, this is the Boker. Okay, they're made by a company in Solingen, Germany, and I am just always impressed with the quality of their workmanship and the knives that they produce. I am the type who prefers to carry traditional style folding knives. It's just what I've always been used to. I used to have some more slightly modern knives. I had a Gerber that I really liked, and unfortunately that model isn't made anymore, and I stopped carrying that once I found this. So the one we're looking at today is the Boker. They call it the Carver's Congress Whittler, and the version I've got here is the 115464 Bravo Bravo Lima, and the BBL suffix is indicates that this is the beer barrel scaled model. What I normally carry is this one right here, which I'll use as a comparison for review. This is the 115465, which is a rosewood handle version of the exact same knife. And this one has seen a lot of use. For those of you who are new to the channel, I am a shop teacher, so this thing sees a lot of use. It's in my pocket every day, all day, for the past 10 years. And it is a fantastic little knife. So, let's open this up. Okay. One of the things to know about Boker is there are multiple, I guess you'd call them tiers of Boker knives. There is Boker Solingen, which is the original company out of Solingen, Germany. You can find them on YouTube. There's a nice little tour video and interview with their CEO. Very nice company, high quality product, which is where this comes from. There is also a Boker based in Brazil, which makes lower quality knives under the same name with the same logo. So there's Boker Solingen, Boker Plus, Boker, and I'm forgetting what the last one is. But there's Boker Solingen is the high quality knives. The others are good, but not as good. They're owned by the original Boker family and are, to my understanding, not the same entity anymore between the two companies. So when you order something like this, you just have to be aware of which one you're actually buying from. This particular knife, when I got it, was about $125, which is, I think, a very good price for the quality you're getting. A knife of this quality from other brands, I would say you're probably looking more like $200 to $300. And that's how it goes. So let's open this up and take a look at it. All right, it comes in a nice little box. I always prefer knives that are, a little more lean on the packaging. So it comes in a box and it's wrapped in basically butcher paper. And it's got a booklet. Okay, just like most knives, this has your, open this up here. This has all of your warranty information in multiple languages. So, ooh, that's French. I don't want French. Alright, they've got German and English on this side. Okay, so they've been around since 1869. Alright, this is the Boker knife. There's also the Plus and Magnum. They're covered by lifetime warranty for material and workmanship to the original owner. They prefer that you register the knife with them to establish that. I'm going to give you a whole link and all that, right? So nothing out of the ordinary there. You can see down here on the bottom has the logos. So we've got Boker of Zollingen, we've got Boker Plus, and this was the one I was forgetting, is Boker Magnum. Right, Boker Plus in my book is like the mid-grade, and the Magnum is the lower end stuff, more like the cheapo Walmart Gerbers that you find. So let me get that out of the way. All right. So next up, let's take a look at this knife here. Okay, I already know what to expect because I own 3 of these. But this is the Beer Barrel Congress. Okay, these scales are made from oak beer barrels. I believe somewhere on their website it shows exactly where they get most of the barrels from. But what you can expect here, this is a 3-pin knife. It's got 4 blades in it. Okay, you've got a Warncliffe. Okay, and a sheep's foot. You've got a coping blade, and you've got a penknife. Okay, these are all super high quality carbon steel. I always prefer carbon steel over stainless. It's just personal preference. The only company I've seen that makes a stainless steel knife that I actually like is Victorinox. I have yet to find any other stainless steel knife that is actually able to keep a fine edge on it. So I use these super high carbon steel. They come sharpened from the factory. You don't really have to do much touch up to them apart from just a quick strop when you take them out of the box. And what I like about these in particular is because these are traditional knives, there is no lock mechanism. And what makes Boker, to me, a step above the competition in this price range, apart from the material and craftsmanship quality, I don't know how well you can see here, but these are, this is as smooth as glass. You can't feel the edge, nothing. What sets these above and apart from other companies like Case and Klein Tools and, Old Timer and all that is these have a half stop on them, which is a feature I basically won't feel confident using a knife without having. I like the fact that if for some reason this were to pop out of its full extended position, it's not going to just snap right back on my hand with a razor sharp blade. So I really like having those half stops in there. They're very nicely done. These knives are very smooth to open. They have a nice firm spring, and I have no worries on that. So that's the first thing. So this is all high carbon steel. The spacers are all real solid brass. They work very nicely. And then our actual material quality on the scales is rounded off nice. These feel great in the hand. They just fit really well. I can grip them any way that I like to. You've got laser etching on the blade, which is done very nicely. Okay, it's the Boker tree brand, right? Their brand symbol is the tree. Also on here, you should be able to see, is their larger mark. This is H. Boker and Company of Zollingen. And that's all on that one blade. It's also on that one there. If you can see it, there it is. And the smaller blades don't have anything on them. You can see these are just a little bit scratched and smudged. That's because I have handled this knife before. This one I'm keeping in reserve for when my other one gets passed on. I generally don't retire knives very quickly, especially since I've gotten these and I changed the way I sharpen. These are heirloom knives. They will last forever. So the wood quality is very nice. I have no complaints. One thing that I have found is very common on these this little medallion is just glued in, and over time from use with changes in moisture and all of that, these sometimes will pop out. If you look at my one that I use every day, you can see the mark there. Unfortunately, with this one, I was unable to find the medallion when it popped out, so I was never able to glue it back in. So what I recommend doing when you get one of these is to make sure, use some oil. I think that True Oil is a great way to go, and just sort of soak these for a while. That way you know everything's protected and it's not going to expand or contract like wood normally does. So that's this one here. Let me go on to long-term expectancy, what you can see with these. Okay, so we'll go to my daily. You can see here from all of the use, the back on this has blackened up, and that's just from use with my hands and everything else. The blades have done the same thing. They just sort of tarnish. There's no way around it. Okay, mine is filthy here, but the blade is still sharp as can be. I can actually shave the hair off of my knuckle. Okay, I don't know if that showed up on the camera or not, but it did work. You can see the brand is still intact, even though this is covered in crap. Okay, and as far as maintenance goes on these, all that I have ever needed to do on these is I touch up the blade once in a while, usually just with a buffing wheel, and that takes care of any tarnish or pitting that I'm dealing with. I'm going to have to do that again soon on this one. And that's normal with any carbon steel blade. And the other maintenance I do is just cleaning all of the dust and fuzz out of the liners, which is also regular maintenance on any sort of folding knife, even though a lot of people don't do it. As far as lubrication and protection, what I generally use is the same thing I use on my guns. I use G96, works great, smells nice, and it's safe for every surface on here, including the brass. That's one thing you want to watch out for, is I've seen a lot of people who use firearm products to clean their knives. If they have a solvent in it that reacts with the brass, they can actually damage their knife. So just be aware of that. This one, you can see I don't use the coping blade too much, so I'm going to have to descale some of that. But everything works as it should. And let me see if I have something here I can use as an example for slicing. Okay, here's a piece of receipt paper. Okay. That is a beautiful, clean cut. No visible fraying, and it just presses right through. You don't even feel any resistance. Now, my other ones, like I said, are dull and covered in adhesive, so I'm not going to really show that one right now. Now, this one I bought is also a Carver's Congress, but it's a slightly different model. So this one actually has one of these blades on it, which is the one I use the most, just because it's the one I care the least about. So this is like what I use if I'm just trying to do something dumb, like scraping, or, you know, if I need to do, even though you shouldn't pry with a knife, if I have to do a little bit of twisting action, this is the one I use. And the pen knife, as you saw on the other. Okay, same deal here. Nice, clean cuts. And this one's been used a little bit, but you can see, based on the fully sharpened one, these are just fantastic. So there it is, the Boker Carver's Congress, models 115465 and model 115464 Bravo Bravo Lima. Thanks for tuning in.